But what I was mostly interested in was another Obsidian Entertainment game. Yeah, I can show you like some of the landscape. See? That's how it looks a little bit in the background. Avowed fantasy RPG by Obsidian, like a huge fantasy RPG in the world of Eora. That's the one game to rule them all, in my opinion. It literally looked like Lord of the Rings-ish fantasy RPG game to me. It's a single player, probably open world fantasy RPG, yes. Single player. Straight up single player. I didn't read or hear anything about multiplayer at all. Just straight up single player. First person, mostly. But you can also go third person if you want to look at your character. Just like Skyrim. And what I saw a snippet of gameplay as well. Like, you draw your sword. Which has like glowing runes on it. When he hold it. And then he took up his other arm and drew like a rune in midair. And then equipped the spell in the other. So it was like a spell sword style thing. Obsidian Entertainment is coming for Elder Scrolls 6. And this game is most likely gonna release before Elder Scrolls 6 2. So I'm all for that, personally. Because even if it was just a snippet of gameplay they showed in the trailer, that's still 100% more gameplay than what Elder Scrolls 6 has showed ever. So they already won that. It's a new IP, yes. It's a new open world fantasy RPG IP, but in an already established fantasy world that Obsidian Entertainment has created called Eora. Eora is the world of the Pillars of Eternity, the PoE games. Not Path of Exile, but Pillars of Eternity, which is also like isometric CRPG, real-time like strategy combat style, like party-based RPG. That is apparently the spiritual successor to Baldur's Gate. It's set in that world, but first-person perspective, like Skyrim. Have a look at the new reveal trailer of Avowed, which is a new open-world fantasy RPG that's being made by Obsidian Entertainment. It's very clear they're competing with Elder Scrolls 6. Like, if you say anything else like it, that's what they're trying to do. And it's very ambitious. This is way more of a direct competitor to Elder Scrolls, because it's fantasy RPG, right? Let's check it out.
We have always known war. It forged our empire. Turned heroes into queens and kings. And decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken. And you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
Do you see how it looks like Lord of the Rings immediately right there? Do you see that? It looks like Moria. You're in Moria and you're Balrog. You're about to fight like some huge Balrog-looking creature or something. But we don't know what the creature looks like, but it looks so much like the type of Lord of the Rings open world fantasy RPG single-player first-person game that I want. It looks so much like that. Just from that trailer, actually. Oh, of course, I want to see more gameplay. Of course, I need to see more gameplay, but still, that snippet of little gameplay that they showed there, that looked like gameplay, It's still more than what Elder Scrolls 6 has shown ever. So the background, if you see the background, that's actually the landscape. It's like a war landscape, of course, of Eora, which is the universe where Avowed is going to take place in. A game I'm looking forward to, and I believe in Obsidian Entertainment. Such a good track record in general, especially RPG games. Well, I like that they take chances like that. Like, it's good, because they're under Microsoft, right? Microsoft is funding them, so they can take chances like Avowed and Grounded at the same time. Hopefully it's moddable too. After you play your first playthrough of the game, and then you can mod it later. All great games are moddable. Yeah. The Witcher 3, Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, yeah. Literally, Avowed was the one game to rule them all, and in the darkness bind them. Okay? Catch my drift?